I've not been live. Hello, guys. How are we all doing? Something very embarrassing just happened. I've just been chatting to myself for the last 5 or 10 minutes. So let me know if anyone's there. And yeah, I was thinking it was a little bit quiet in the comments. So yes. Now I'm just going to go back to what I was saying before to myself. Hello, Matthew. Okay, so we're working now. Well, I sure do feel a little bit silly, but hey, I could have gotten away with it. I could have not said anything. So I've been chatting away to myself, having my Bloody Mary. I just wanted to say welcome, everyone. And to tell you that plan for today, I'm going to answer some Patreon questions. I was asked about how to use backing tracks, so I'll go through that again. Hello, Paul. Hello, Reese. And what else? Oh yeah, I'm going to do a giveaway. This is quite a strange little thing. It's a Planet Waves tuner that's also a pick. Now I've tried to use it a couple of times, can't really get my head around it, but maybe you'll have better luck with this. Hey Jim. Yeah, so you basically pick a string and you pick it and it has these pulsating lights, and basically how you tune it, the lights change. I never really figured it out, so that means one of you guys gets to win it. I'm not sure what the question will be just yet. Oh, by the way, let me know if you can hear everything. So I was late anyway, even before I started doing a live stream to myself. I was a little bit late because I was messing around with my settings, trying to make it look a little bit better. I think it might look a little bit better, but long story short, I fiddled around with loads of stuff, made it look better, and then I tried to send it to the streaming site, YouTube, and it was just like, nah, this is too much. So I need to do some more computer kind of fiddling. Gary M, hi, you based in UK? I am, my friend. I'm in Leeds, West Yorkshire, and it is a beautiful spring day. I've been out in the garden getting loads of splinters, like fighting the brambles. We've got a big garden, it's all overgrown. What else did I miss? Yeah, so maybe we'll start with some Patreon questions, eh? I'm going to head over here and have a little look. What have you guys been up to anyway, since I last saw you last week? This is becoming a thing. Like, I think this is 3 or 4 live streams in a row. So I think it's been fun for me. I think it's worth doing. It helps the YouTube channel. Every little helps. So I think I'll keep doing it. Let me see what the questions were this week. Paul was hoping for a Black Moth guitar lesson. One of the reasons why I'd be a little unsure is I've forgotten a lot of them. I can think of one actually, and I had a little look at it before. But also the tuning is all really weird. Not weird, it's just not standard. So like, there was one that was in drop C. So I think you'd have to tune your guitar to D standard and then drop the E string to a C. And it does sound cool. Like if you've got like a guitar with some really heavy strings on it, or a baritone maybe, it does sound cool if you like your heavier kind of thing. Kevin, talking to yourself is okay, just don't start talking back. It's funny, man. It was just a little bit too quiet, and I was like, normally there's some chat going on. Lee the Bee, morning from Mojave Desert. Enjoy your tapatio sauce. I still can't say it. Every time I see the Mojave Desert, Lee, it reminds me of, there's a Bob Dylan live album. He's doing the Rolling Thunder review. And I can't remember, there's a bit of chat before a song. He says something about coming all the way from the Mojave Desert. And he's got Scarlet Riviera on the fiddle. Something to do with that. But yeah, it just reminds me of that. Leeds. Gary was in Leeds yesterday for a beer from Keighley. My other half is from Keighley. So yeah, I wonder if you know it. Greetings from Chile. Cool. Gonza Perez. Cheers. Thanks for joining us here. I can't believe it. People all over the world coming to hang out. It's amazing. Matthew's been getting the bike ready for the season. Is that a motorbike, I imagine? Dan Davis got new strings, went with 10s. Things sound much better. Is that heavier than before? Because I think heavier strings tightens things up. If you can stand to play a heavier gauge, I think it helps. So, anyway, Black Moth, that's what I was talking about. So I did have a little go at some Black Moth. So this is for Paul. Now, if you're playing along to the record, it might be a little bit tricky. So what I did, I'll show you what I did. I got my baritone. Let's go get Barry. Now, this baritone is tuned to C. One sec. There we go. It's probably not super in tune. It's a little bit in tune. Okay. So I like playing my baritone in C. Oh, I'm tuning. I was tuning it as if that was the highest note. You know, if it was a telly or something. My brain is not on top form today. I've got no excuse. I was out late last night. I was playing a gig at we were doing the Joe Meek tribute gig, which I talked about last week, which was a lot of fun. There might be some videos flying around. I was wearing a cardigan. We were all wearing cardigans. It was the style at the time. So I was saying I like to tune my baritone to C because on the odd occasion that we play with a brass section, C is a favourable tuning for them rather than B, I think. I don't know why. I think that's just the way the brass instruments are set up. I could be wrong. So yeah. So that would be open C. Now if I wanted to be playing in... No, did I say open C? That would be standard C. Sometimes I forget how to speak as well. So that would be C standard. But for the Black Moth thing, now they had different tunings. They'd go down even lower sometimes. But for the one I'm thinking about Blackbird's Fall, because it's just the one I can remember. So for this to work, I'd have to pretend that we're in D standard, so you can either tune your whole business to a standard D, which would be a whole tone down from your E, like 2 frets worth. So you'd set it to standard, but then you would drop your D to a C. Now this is a C, which I'm going to have to drop to an A flat. This is all like way more complicated than it needs to be. Essentially, you want to be in drop D tuning, but so that your open note on the bottom is a C. And I'm just using I'm using a capo or a capo, as a lot of you guys say, because I can't be bothered to tune the whole thing down to D just to tune it, or up to D, just to tune it back, if you know what I mean. So there. And we've got your drop D tuning, which I'm sure some of you will have had a go with. Now, I'm going to turn the gain right up because that's what the sort of thing they like to do. Doesn't sound half bad. We can try some different voices on this. I'm on the Quilter Super Block. That's a 61, so that's probably going to... It's not too bad. There's a 57, that might be even fuzzier. You're going to be getting my string noise as well, I'm afraid. And then what's this one? 65. Don't know if it makes that much difference for what we're doing. Obviously they'd have some kind of, we'd be playing through Marshall stack amps, and there'd be some kind of like distortion pedals maybe. It was fun to play that sort of thing loud and heavy. So I'm just going to show you one riff, Paul, right? So let's say we're in drop D, and it's quite a fun, easy riff. So I'll show you that, and then we'll get back to the Billy stuff for those who aren't so much into the doomy kind of stuff. But either way, you know, it's quite a bluesy riff. So you start off with what would be an open, I think we're saying A flat. It was a C, but we dropped it a full tone. Right. And then we're going to go up. So this would be the 5th fret. You're going to have to use your imagination a bit here. You go from the 5th to the 3rd and you pull off there. And then you do the same on, that's on the D string by the way. You do the same on the A string. So, and then we're going to go to what would be the 5th fret, up to the 6th, and that's a slide. And then finish on the 5th fret on your A string, and then back to your, and you want to give it a bit of a wiggle there. And then what we'd do sometimes, I probably haven't got enough gain, but I'd try for one of those pinch harmonics, but it's not the right guitar, it's not the right amp for this really. And also, I'm not great at those pinch harmonics. If anyone wants to try and learn that, I do it with my little finger, but I've been shown by my friend who's more of a shredder, if you use a bit of your thumb to kind of catch the string, you can create a harmonic, and it depends where on the string you are. So it takes a lot of practice. And I'm not very good at it. So I would search up and down the string for it. But anyway, like I said, I use my little finger. There's one. It's like when you go to the 12th fret and you go, you press down very lightly, you get that what would be a natural harmonic on the 12th fret, or you can call it I guess you could call it a pinch harmonic because you're pinching the string. Anyway. And then it's like a slide up. You're just doing the bar across the lower strings on the 10th. Well, no, hang on. 6, 7. It would be 8th to the 10th frets if you was tuned normally. Anyway, that's enough doom and gloom. Let's bring that back up to C roughly. And there we go. That's a bit of Black Moth for Paul. I'm gonna have a look and see what's going on in the chat. Indian Chief Dark Horse bike, very cool. Molly watching from New Orleans, lunchtime with tacos and beer, sounds great. Freddie Blue, thanks for all the tutorials. In reverb, I have an orange OR15 with a 12 cab. It doesn't have reverb. It sounds authentic. By following your reverb pedal advice. Awesome. What did you go for in the end? I would like to get myself a new reverb pedal. I see Dan Electro have brought out their small spring thing. I wouldn't mind one of those. And there's a thing called a Topanga. Is it a Topanga? I can't remember. There's another one I want because I want something a little smaller. And Dan, you went from 9s to 10s. Yeah, very cool. Do you ever play the Trades Club in Hebden Bridge? I have done, yeah. We supported... oh no, actually no, I'm getting mixed up with Sorby Bridge Club. I don't think we played the Trades. I've heard good things about it though. And Hebden Bridge is a lovely little town. Is Surfy Bear your fave? I have not tried one yet. I've heard they're great. I sent the people an email with my YouTube stuff saying, do you fancy sending me something to review? But I didn't hear anything back. So there you go. I could just save up and buy something, but what am I buying instead at the minute? Food. Food and Bloody Marys. ZPX, love your channel. Thank you, my friend. Paul has been playing Nirvana this weekend in honor of Kurt. 31 years ago yesterday. Yeah, that's very sad. I used to be a huge Nirvana fan. Flan? I used to be a flan. But I'm a human now. Yeah, I used to love Nirvana. And maybe I should go back and listen to him. Because I was absolutely obsessed with him. You know, some of the first songs that I learnt was Nirvana. Like, original Moth was noisy as hell. Listen to live. Hendrix. Nice. Great channel. Thank you. Baritone makes me think of spaghetti western soundtracks. Yeah. My favourite thing is baritone with a bit of tremolo. Whoa, not that much. The depth was so high, it kind of was cutting out too much. There we go, that's more like it. And another thing you can do, let's see if I can remember it. I was going to do the Twin Peaks, but I can't remember what key it's in. Oh no, okay, where is it? Can't remember it. That's a shame. I'll come back to that. Yeah. Anyway, that's me not playing a song that I can't remember. Humble Barytonics, Tonics. Loving all that you do here. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. Hello from Oklahoma. Catalin Bread Topanga. Very good pedal. That is one. I saw a guy playing it. He was in a surf band. I was playing, supporting the Suffragettes, and his band was also playing. And it sounded like he had a real reverb pedal. So I went over like a geek and said, "What is that sound that you're using?" And he said it was the Topanga. So I wouldn't mind one of those because it is solid state, but it sounds like a real spring. Rocco, I was watching another live, but it was a rockabilly live, so I hope you don't mind. Check the guy from the Teledines, he's very good. I'll have a look. Yeah, especially if I've got competition at the live on the live at 5 slot, the rockabilly live at 5 slot. I'll have to check him out, see if his stream's as good as my stream. Stone Deaf makes some crazy stuff, and they're in the UK. Yeah, I know a guy who knows the guy. From Snoqualmie. I can't say that. I can't pronounce that. Your wife's hometown. Cool. Alright. Right, what was I rambling on about? Oh, here we go. I found it. That's the wrong chord. Got to find those nuances. There's a lot of that police chord in this. It's quite hard to play stretched out, but there's another way to do it. It's been a while. Oh yeah. There it is. That's the other way you can play it. So it's like a minor chord, but you add in the 2. To work on that, but it's coming back to me. That is such a good theme tune. I don't know if anyone's seen the clip of what's his name, Badaman. I can't even say it's simple words, so I'm not going to try and pronounce the guy, the composer. But he's talking about how he wrote it, and David Lynch was kind of shouting directions at him. And it's this like little viral video of him talking about how he wrote it whilst playing it, and it's just like one of those real nice, beautiful things. Nice moment. Hey, Lou Wolf, greetings to my favourite rockabilly, surfabilly instructor. Tuning in from Soddy Daisy TN. Awesome, thank you. Yes, baritone with tremolo. Yeah, I can work that out and do some tabs. So it would be my own version of it, because I mean, I think in the actual tune, whoops, there's not that much baritone going on. It is the main part of it, But to play it by yourself, yeah, once we get to the, you can, I've basically made my own sort of version of it, but I need to refine it a little bit. But yeah, I've been meaning to do that. It's on the list. Oh yeah, okay, so I talked about how winning this one, right? So I've got a silly question. It's a really silly one. Batteries included, by the way. So if you want to win this Planet Waves tuning device that uses strobe lights on your strings, if you can work it out, you're cleverer than I am. How often do I change my strings? Now, whoever guesses it will win that. There you go. How often do I change my strings? And I've selected an answer. In fact, I'm gonna write it down so you know. Oh, guys, going slow today. All right, I'm gonna write down the answer. How often do I change the strings? Right. Let's look at some backing tracks. So I'm going to go back to a standard. Oh, I didn't even put my going live on. Can't even see it, can you? Oh gosh. There's some work to be done here, guys. Still working out this room. Okay. Let's go. Tell your gretsch, tell your gretsch, tell your gretsch. Let's go, gretsch. Let's go, gretsch. Every 2 weeks? No. Matthew Barr, only when they break, yeah. Yeah, you got it straight away. Have I already said this? Anyway, Matthew or Matt, that is yours. So I hope you can enjoy that and make it work. Yeah, I'm really lazy and not lazy, but strings are expensive. I've not changed these strings. I don't remember when. It's got to be over a year. And they just don't break. A lot of people play and they'll change the strings before every gig. Probably should. Like, it might sound a bit spanglier if I did that, but I don't mind the kind of thuddier strings. Sometimes it can send you tuning out a little bit if they're really mucky, but they don't get too mucky. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's more of a money saving thing, really. Yeah, congrats, Matthew. Did you win something recently? Can't remember. No, that was Kev. Kev won the poster last week. No. Jim won a pizza. Pizza? Oh my god. That would be a good prize. What size string do you use on this one? Good question. I think I'm on 10s. Like the dull flat strings until I put some freshies on. Yeah, I like to change them and try different things out, and then I can't even remember what these ones are. Like I said, it's been over a year, so they could be 10s, they could be 11s. I do actually like them when they're heavier on the bottom and lighter on the top, so I can do the bends. But I can also have a heavier twang on the bottom there. It wasn't a pizza, it was a poster, wasn't it? You can tell I've had another big weekend. Right. Oh, backing tracks. Let's have a look. So let's get my magic screen up. Douche. Now I need to move the screen so Here we go. There we go. Yes. Oh, a year's nothing, eh, Paul? Yeah. Well, it's like I say, it's been at least a year. Let's have a look at me Google. Right. So we're gonna go on that the YouTube, and I'm gonna go to. That's a little slow, isn't it? Probably because I'm streaming. That's all my recommendations. Don't know what you guys get, but I get a lot of the guitar nerds. I get a bit of the art stuff because I've been trying to learn how to draw, and I like the Hellboy comics. I've also been getting back into 2000 AD, which is a UK comic. I guess it's like your Marvel or whatever, but it's kind of darker, I think, a little bit grittier. I think I'm not a big comics guy actually, but I did used to read 2000 AD. Yeah, more guitar stuff and some horrible UK news, which I don't want to think about, thank you. The Cramps, last podcast on the left, I enjoy that. Anyway, that's what's on my feed. But I'm going to go to my own channel, Deathray Chat. Let's see what comes up. Who's this guy? Oh, it's me. Let's have a look. Yes. Hello, Nigel. So my latest backing track is here. I did it 2 days ago. So this one's in D, right?
1, 2, 1, 2.
It's quite loud. Let's bring that down a bit. So this one's a fairly fast one. So, what would I do if I wanted to play along to this? Like, if I was just starting out, I would just try and find those chords for a start. Or even simpler than that, I'd maybe just find the root notes. So like, we were playing in a 12-bar blues starting on D. So we'll need to know the chords in that progression. So 12-bar blues, we got a D. That's your first chord. There's a root. Let's pick the 5th fret there on the A string. And then after that, we got a G. Got a root there on the D string. Or you got your G. Then back to D. And then you've got an A. And then you can go 5th fret on the E there. That's an A. Back to the D. So, yeah, like I say, I would just be getting used to finding those chords if this was all brand new to me. So, after you, Ben. So there's a D. Then I know I've got a G coming up. So I wouldn't even be worried about all the notes, all the bits in between. I'd just find those moments when it's changing chord. And that's what I would do, because that's like the first thing you need to do. And like I say, if you're new to chords even, you could just find those root notes. So there's a D and an A, or we could use the open strings really. Let's use the open strings. Let's pretend we're beginners. So I'd start with that. I messed that up. There's a G, and now I'm just playing the notes in between. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's something you could do. If maybe you're little bit more advanced, say you're learning your pentatonic scales, you could use this as like a metronome with music. So like instead of like setting a metronome to instead of like doing that to a click, which might get a little bit boring, you could just stick that on. So yeah, you need to know a scale. I would suggest if you're looking for a first scale to learn your minor pentatonic, because we're in D here, what we'd have to do is find the D on the open E string. So I know from memory that it's 2 frets back from the 12th fret, which is an E. It's on the 10th fret there. I know that that is a D. I know that if you play an open D, it should sound the same. It sounds like it's like playing on a thicker string, obviously, slightly different tone to it, but it's the same note. Well, it would be if my guitar was better in tune. So yeah, say I wanted to practice that scale with this backing track, I'd start off nice and slow. Like, I wouldn't try and shred straight away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Hang on, I wasn't ready for that. Here we go. Alright, that sounds okay. I mean, it's not like amazing face melting solos, but it's getting you used to that scale. You can even bring it back slower, play it like half as fast. Like, that sounds okay, you know. It's just a little bit more interesting than playing along to a click track. When you get a little bit used to that, you can start looking at your other positions. So you got your first, and then move up to your second position. Whoops, I need to work on these. And then go through all your positions, like. But yeah, what else could you do? I've done the video. This is basically based on a video where I'm just kind of showing some new licks. So I think one of them was like, that's it, yeah. And I'm sure I talked to you guys about this on a stream. That little move can be moved around anywhere. So before we were playing it in A. A's on the 5th fret on the E string. So you've got your 7th and 8th frets on your B and E string, bending a little bit, and then you're barring on the on the 5th frets there. So that would work in A. But now we're in D, we just take the whole thing up to the D, which is on the 10th fret, and we're transferring that move, and it'll sound like this. And you can move around with the chords. So A, D. Yep. There you go, that's what I do with it. Is let me know if anyone's tried playing along with these and if they need any help with it. Let's see what we're saying in the chat. How many guitars have I got? I've got not too many. A lot of people that I know. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. There we go. I got a lot of friends who play guitars who've got way more than me. I got my little mini rack here. I've got a bass guitar there which I use for my drum tracks, backing tracks. I've got a baritone. I don't know if you've seen this one, the K. I don't know if you can hear the ice cream man outside. He's playing Match of the Day. It's not my favourite ice cream song. This is my 1964 maybe K. I love this thing. I used to play solo gigs with it. I need to tune in. Thing is, the more guitars you got, the more tuning you've got to do and setting up. And that can get a bit dull, can't it? I do have the Dan Electro double neck, and I've not set it up yet because it's just a nightmare, isn't it? It's too many strings. That's 12 plus 6 strings. You do the math. Here we go. That doesn't sound right, does it? I don't think this tune is very good. I mean, it's okay. But I'll tune it and then I'll play a chord and I'm like, I'm using just a cheap nasty one. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't know how many I've got, but I keep the ones that are most useful here, and they all do different things. Like the baritone is tuned different, that's got a different sound. The telly, you can go up higher with that, it's got the P90, so don't really need much more than that. It's nice to have other stuff though. Watching from Brazil, amazing. How many guitars do you need? One more than you currently own. Yeah, I mean, there's always stuff. I keep seeing. I went through a phase of wanting an Epiphone Flying V, the Carina model, after the is it not Albert King? Is it Albert King he used to play on? Made it look super cool. Probably got 11. I think I've probably got a few under the bed and stuff like that that might total around that amount. Talk about EQ from any amplifier to get better tone for guitar. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask me about my amp settings, and it really depends on your guitar, on the room you're in, what sort of thing you're going for. Like, there's not really a quick answer. I mean, you need to experiment and see what sounds best for you. Probably get more change out of an EQ pedal with one of those graphic EQs. You can pull stuff out and yeah, sweet guitar, thank you. Yeah, it does sound cool, doesn't it? These pickups are from the 60s as well. Cheese grater pickup, I think they'd call that one. You built yourself a V like the Epiphone, that would be cool. Do you play slide with that? I don't know, let's see. Let's have a go. What have we got? Do I have a slide? Got loads of junk in here, but maybe no slide. Need a passport. We got my koozie. Got a bag. So this is a real lazy stream today, guys, but that's Sundays, isn't it? I was playing slide the other day. Someone was right there. So yeah. Thing is with slide, you're kind of better off when you're tuning it to an open tuning. So let's see if we can click. Let's try D. No. Yes. We'll go for A maybe. So. So what we've got here is an open A tuning, I think. No, we haven't. That's D, isn't it? I just don't know anymore. Let's ask the tuner. Let's ask the tuner if you're in any doubt. Come on, tuner. Yeah, it's open D. Okay. Well, let's just use that. I was trying to go for something a bit cleverer. I guess with the open D you can just... So, not really have that much practice with it. Yeah, it sounds great, but yeah, I need to do some work on that sort of playing. I've got I do have something set up for more slide. You want the action to be quite high, whereas this is fairly low. Tune back up now. That K was lightly built 30 miles from where you live. Yeah, real bassy. Open D. Aha. There's one tuning that I like where your root is on the A and the E is like the fifth below. It might be G or A. So if I was doing... Yeah, anyway, I'll figure that out and get back to you on that. So, I might call it a day there, guys, because I'm obviously quite fried. My brain is not on 100%. But thanks for coming to hang out. And yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to see next time. And if there's any requests for lessons or anything like that. Matthew, you're going to get your amazing pick tuner. Was it Matthew? I think it was Matthew on it. Like I say, I'm going to go and make some dinner. Maybe enjoy the last of the sun. And I'm going to see you guys later. So, Thanks for being here.